On February 18, 2026, the Sun enters Pisces. With this movement we reach the end of the zodiac cycle. The light changes. It becomes softer, less sharp, less defined. The Sun in Pisces does not illuminate to separate. It illuminates to dissolve. Edges blur. Certainties soften. Control weakens. Feeling rises. Pisces is the ocean before form, the place where everything begins, and where everything returns. It is not a mental space. It is an emotional field. You do not understand Pisces. You experience it. The ego loosens. Identity becomes fluid. Boundaries thin out. You feel more. Sometimes too much. This year the energy is stronger, because the Sun is not alone. The Moon is in Pisces. Mercury is in Pisces. Venus is in Pisces. This is immersion. This is water everywhere. The Moon in Pisces amplifies sensitivity. Emotions become deeper, more subtle, more difficult to ignore. You may feel waves without a clear reason. You may dream intensely. You may absorb the atmosphere of a room instantly. Empathy increases. Tears come easily. This is not weakness. It is cleansing. Mercury in Pisces changes the mind. Logic loses dominance. Imagination takes space. Thought becomes symbolic. Communication becomes intuitive. Words carry emotion. Silence speaks. You may struggle with rigid structure, but you gain access to intuition. Venus in Pisces opens the heart. Love becomes softer, more compassionate, more forgiving. There is a longing for soul connection, for something spiritual, for something transcendent. Romantic energy increases. Art becomes powerful. Music feels deeper. But illusion is possible. Idealization is possible. Boundaries must remain conscious. All of this reflects the feminine principle. Not feminine as gender. Feminine as cosmic energy. The feminine receives. The feminine feels. The feminine nurtures. It does not move in straight lines. It moves in cycles. During this period, reasoning is not enough. Emotion becomes guidance. Intuition becomes direction. And Jupiter is in Cancer. Another water sign. Another emotional amplifier. Jupiter expands whatever it touches. In Cancer it expands protection, belonging, family, emotional security. If Pisces is the ocean, Cancer is the womb. If Pisces is collective feeling, Cancer is personal care. Together they create a powerful water sky. Water does not attack. Water surrounds. Water adapts. Water transforms slowly. This is not a time to force outcomes. It is a time to soften, to listen, to release. Pisces is the final sign, the closing chapter. Every cycle must end. Before Aries begins again. Before fire returns. Something must dissolve. You may feel nostalgic. You may feel uncertain. You may feel emotionally exposed. This is integration. Old identities fade. Old attachments loosen. Old dreams transform. Motivation may slow down. Energy turns inward. Reflection becomes necessary. This is not stagnation. It is incubation. Before birth there is gestation. Before clarity there is confusion. Before beginning there is closure. Heightened sensitivity to collective events may arise. Dreams may become vivid and symbolic. Synchronicities may increase. Intuitive insights may surface without logical explanation. Pisces is not only a sign. It is an archetype, an inner pattern, a frequency. It creates certain types of souls. Sensitive souls, porous souls, creative souls. Some express it through art, through sound, through images, through words. Musicians whose music feels like a dream. Music that does not just entertain. It dissolves. It carries emotion without explanation. It speaks directly to the heart. Painters who do not paint objects. They paint atmospheres. They paint memories. They paint feelings that cannot be named. Their colors are emotional states. Their canvases are inner oceans. Writers whose words flow like water. Sentences that move softly. Stories that blur reality and imagination. Poets who translate silence into language. Filmmakers who create worlds of longing. Photographers who capture fragility. Dancers who move like waves. Actors who disappear into roles. These are Piscean expressions. But the archetype is not only artistic. It is also healing. It appears in doctors who listen deeply. Doctors who see the person, not only the symptom. Healers who sense what is unspoken. Therapists who feel what others hide. Nurses who bring calm with their presence. Caregivers who offer softness in difficult moments. Teachers who guide gently. Who understand the invisible struggles of a child. Who teach with empathy instead of authority. Spiritual guides who speak of unity. Mystics who explore the unseen. Mediums. Dreamers. Visionaries. Some Pisces archetypes work quietly. In hospitals. In studios. In small rooms filled with books and candles. Some work on large stages. Some work in silence. But all of them share something. They feel beyond the surface. They absorb. They merge. They intuit. This archetype dissolves boundaries. Between self and other. Between body and spirit. Between reality and imagination. That is its gift. Deep compassion. Creative inspiration. Emotional intelligence. Spiritual perception. But every archetype has a shadow. When sensitivity has no boundaries, it becomes overwhelmed. When empathy has no grounding, it becomes exhaustion. Some may escape. Through fantasy. Through addiction. Through relationships that blur identity. Some may lose themselves in saving others. Some may struggle to say no. Some may absorb pain that is not theirs. This too is Pisces. The martyr. The rescuer. The lost dreamer. The one who forgets their own shape. The lesson is not to close the heart. The lesson is to keep the heart open. With awareness. With discernment. With self-compassion. Pisces teaches unity. But it also asks for inner clarity. To feel deeply. Without drowning. To love deeply. Without disappearing. To create beauty. Without losing direction. When you observe the people around you now, you may recognize these archetypes. In an artist. In a friend. In a healer. In yourself. Because Pisces is collective. It moves through everyone. It awakens what is fluid. What is intuitive. What is eternal. And by recognizing it, we learn to honor both the light and the shadow, the inspiration and the vulnerability, the magic and the fragility. All of it belongs. All of it flows. Like water. Like memory. Like the soul remembering where it came from.